Four ways to invest $10,000 in 2020. Brought to you by 4doingbox.com, where you will learn to start, grow, and scale an online business and be better at personal finance. Number one, the emergency fund. Put $1,000 out of the $10,000 into a checking account for an immediate small emergency fund. Now, this is for the peace of mind and to have a small cushion in case something happens. Because the thing is, you got to understand, stuff happens in life. And having this small $1,000 emergency fund would be handy to have. Now, this is a must to help cover any life inconvenience you may have or a loved one may have. For example, a car breaks down, your cards don't work, you need money fast to buy food or pay a random emergency household expense, right? Like maybe your washer goes out and you could just go and buy a washer. Maybe your refrigerator completely breaks and you can't get it fixed. You could just go buy a new fridge, right? Maybe, your pet needs to get surgery or needs to go to the vet. You could pay for that, right? Because that's an emergency. And so that's the whole point to this, right? Like this won't cover big problems, but it provides a certain level of comfort knowing you have this money at the ready for pretty much any small emergencies. Number two, getting rid of debt. Now, if you have any debt, regardless the amount and regardless the amount of interest, paying off your debt would be the best move you can make. Paying off debt will be better than investing your money. Now, many people might, disagree with that, but when it comes down to it, the best investment really that you can do is get rid of your debt, okay? Because it doesn't make you any money. Now, of course, this does not include your home mortgage. We're focusing on credit cards, personal loans, vehicle loans, student loans, any other type of loans you might have, any sort of debt that you have that's not related to a home mortgage. Now, if you can pay off your debt, use all of the $9,000 left over. Now, if you can't pay off your debt, use still use the $9,000 left over to lower the amount of debt. Now, it will still be better for you in the long run. You do not want the chains of debt to stay with you for the rest of your life. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want it over your head. You don't want it on your back. You don't want it growing with you. Because here's the thing, if you let debt just sit there and fester and just multiply and grow like some weird bacteria, fungus, guess what? That $10,000 or that $20,000 debt could very well become a six-figure debt in a couple of years, right? So don't just try to ignore it. This is debt, and it will grow exponentially if you do not pay it off. Number three, increasing your skill set. Now, if you had no debt, invest in yourself to pursue a higher yearly income. This is getting certifications, online courses, licenses, etc. Now, for the most part, this relates to the job that you're already doing, or you're getting another skill set to just double your income or just make some side income or some side hustle money. So the best investment you can ever make is in yourself, right? You're the greatest asset to making as much money as possible because it depends on your actions. And so just make more money. In a simple term, just make more money. Now, many problems can be solved by simply making an added $1,000 to $2,000 more a month. Now, to some people, this might be a lot. To other people, it might not be. But the way you got to look at it is the majority of people live paycheck to paycheck. And so an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month every month can greatly improve your financial situation more than you really actually realize the effects of this. So be selective in what you'll be focusing on. Only invest into things that will have a tangible return afterwards. And you're trying to increase your income, not increase your hobbies. So don't just spend money to spend money and have fun. Obviously, you could do that later on. But you want to be spending money into something that would actually give you a return on that money, a monetary return on the money that you paid for it, okay? Because you don't want to be putting your money into something that there's no potential for an upside financially, right? Number 4, retirement accounts and investing for cash flow. Now, if you're working a job and have no debt, a great investment is in your 401k and Roth IRA. Max these out and you're pretty much guaranteed to be a millionaire by the time that you retire, right? And another option is to invest into real estate for a continuous monthly cash flow in the form of rent. Now, if you find a miracle deal, this is only if you find a miracle deal, because guess what? There's not a lot of deals that you could put $9,000 down for a house. Just saying. But if you do somehow find it in a really impoverished area and it's actually got a pretty much good potential, I don't see why you can't do it. Now, obviously, I am not a financial advisor, so do that at your own risk. Now, you can also invest into the stock market, focusing on dividend-paying stocks. Dividends can start to provide some cash flow. Now, a good example of this is Apple stock. Apple ends up paying you a dividend. Harley Davidson, I believe, pays you a dividend. Walt Disney pays you a dividend. And basically, the whole point of this is pretty much you're investing into a company that will give you some cash back every quarter or every year. And they just do this on a continuous basis. And you should really focus on stocks of companies that are pretty much going to be around here for a very long time. And it's very, very unlikely that they will ever just go away, right? It would have to take a very large issue to actually destroy that company. So good examples of this is blue chip stocks or companies that have been around for at least 50 years to 100 years and are still operating. Those are the best companies to invest in for dividends because you know that they're going to be reliable for a very long time, or at least the risk of them end up just going out of business is extremely small. And if they have basically a history of increasing the amount that they pay for their dividends, that's even better. So do more research on that on your own time. Be more aware of that. Do all this stuff at your own risk. But understand that the best ways to really invest your money is to have a positive cash flow every single month that pays for your living expenses, that you don't necessarily have to worry about pretty much anything ever. So join Course Academy in the first link in the description if you want to learn how to start, grow, and scale an online business using courses. Now, the course business blueprint is basically you have ads in the traffic where you pay or drive traffic to an opt-in for leads. You have the opt-in, which is for the leads, the contact information of potential customers, and you can pretty much get leads for $5 if you're paying for advertising to get these leads. And then you lead them to the video sales letter or the sales page. Then you have the sales where you actually make money, and usually course prices are $1,000 plus, which you'll see why a little bit later. And you just repeat this process over and over again. Now, the reason why this works is because if you get 100 leads at $5 each, costing $500, and you only get a 2% conversion, you will make a profit of $1,500 by getting 2 sales of a $1,000 course. This is why so many people who pay for ads tend to focus on trying to sell a course, because it is the best product to sell online. Now you could do this as like your main product for your online business. You could use this as like a addition to your business, because you might have like a straight up like physical business and you just want something online to sell. You could have a coaching business, and this is a very good product to sell with that. Like, it's just, you could have a consulting business, and that's also a good product. So either way, having a course as like a main product for your online business is really good, because it's very simple, and this is just the blueprint. Like, this is the blueprint, period, right? It's not overly complicated. You get traffic, you get leads, you show them a video sales letter, you get the sales, and then you just repeat the process as long as you are turning a profit. Pretty simple, right? And so if you want to learn how to do this, join the Course Academy to learn step by step how to